already live. You speak so hard when the chairman was in the press conference. Can you tell your own dissatisfaction? Your own dissatisfaction.
You don't tell me that nobody has read the press conference.
Why?
Why? Joseph Boakai, what are you in power in the body headquarters? Our parents don't have jobs. We don't put in plan with working. When we talk about our parents, they get one letter. When we talk about our people, they get one letter. When we talk about our people that brought them, minister, MTNTs, they will talk.
So who are they now?
All of them.
Well, you gotta be person.
I said all of them.
Money a personal way. Money a personal way. You will be speaking more about corruption.
After Joseph speech, a rich shepherd, we are not a rich shepherd, we going for everybody. You don't have them, let's take this. Let's take it off, please.
Go ahead, Queen, go ahead.
You don't just walk. Like, our protest. Our minister and the next person behind Luther. The one who don't talking, the one who don't big show. The one who don't talking, that's a big show. Our mamaland people who will go from ministry to ministry. Our people deserve better. Our parents that suffer to bring the government to power, they deserve better. Our parents need to pay due. They might not down, I pay due. That pay due bring the party out. But you bring us other people. Our parents are making for crumbs. When you come to the party point, they want to make money for you for $5. We want it. We want it. We don't want it. And it's not our policy. Our policy. The job is at the king. The stop one for it.
They are not giving the policy job.
Few policy. My job was not working. They are giving a job. We have people there. You have the hospital bar. When you go to ministry, go talk. You can't go talking. We don't have you don't want to do so. They will get to that. You don't want to make you minister. You don't want to make you empty. You don't want to make you director. You know. You got people like here that suffer to bring the government to power. They don't get rent to pay. They get school for the church. But you bring us out them that bossy and show you arm. And get us out them married. That show you every policy in the bossy. We told you that was suffer what we draw and the saying for the mob. We are tired with that saying. And the time we stay on our feet for our people to get a piece of the cake. They are prepared to lead a battle.
So can you call him or some of the ministers?
I said all ministers. I can work from them.
So Queen,
you say what
do you make of your chairman press conference today?
I'm calling them first of all, look at my brother. My brother, what about is weak. Pastor chairman, look at is weak. You get the party, maybe chairman, national chairman, you get the party. For 1 month, your party was stretching. 1 month, when maybe chairman, you get the party. National chairman, your party, our chairman is weak. Our national chairman is weak. The more focus and weak chairman is the National Youth Congress chairman. Who is very simple. But it's like the ever weak chairman, our United Party Youth Congress. For Hasaka to do this, change topo, the motwe, the sour will take, put anything to fire. When the man, only female, more on the men, put anything to fire. Maybe see why the weak chairman ever United Party Youth Congress. That's what he. Like I want all men of us that better walk through. You call it most of our youth chairman. I will tell you this. United Party Youth Congress. You know what bring the party up? And the national, and the women congress, and the youth congress. When the both of them are the focus ever United Party history. The women congress is not mapping. Let me see that the weak ever United Party history. We serve the United Party Youth Congress. And we know what we did. We know it's not the ending. Anyone president for anything to fire. Now, these guys, don't be afraid of your leaders. The hierarchy, don't insult your leaders. Look at your leader face and tell the truth. Right way is not right. From Memphis, I don't have the youth congress. Senator Mabey, I don't have the National Women Congress. I'm saying like that. Even Luther Tabe is not have the party. You got to is one and done with people that don't want to see policy. You got to.
But you are close to the president. What message are you giving him?
I will tell us. Your people there. I want to point at them. Joseph Boakai, my president, I want president. Get to where you're from. You want to come down to everybody. I want you to point them for the more out of there. And my twin, they don't come down to policy. To meet the policy needs. But the same person policy and enemies of them. But I will tell them. Please, I can't be there. But I will tell them. Yes, yes. Are you worried? In the last month, you will want it down. We are ready to put our feet to the fire. I'm ready, listen to me. I'm ready to be the protest. To all ministers, to take the refugees to our party.
They want y'all.
You know the party made them. They made you know the party. You know the party made them. They made you know the party. And the time we tell them. And the time we tell them. They want right. The party need to pay due. They need to get something on the table to feed their children. You will not promote outside and inside Joseph Boakai. Promote them and suppress our own people that made you, that working people that made. You are suppress the 6 years. Now they coming. You will tell we are ready for it.
Great President Boakai 1 year in office. What can you say about his 1 year?
JB said, well, 1 year. You see it? You see the felony?
You
see that? See the felony? See Rose it is. So you got to have a Rose it is. You are seeing that the felony. We got Rose on. We got all the time. We got all around. The building manager, the road manager is going on. What's that? You see it?
Job creation, let's talk about job
creation. Yes. JBS, want job creation.
Wow.
We come back next to me. We come back to job creation. People will say my policy. People are employing people on our United States. The policy need to benefit. They need to. First of all, I don't know where we come from here. But we need a company to copy every.
So what is the difference between President Boakai leadership and that of former President Weah?
You say what?
The difference between the two of them.
Can you compare Joseph Boakai to Weah? We brave. It's Weah. Joseph Weah 5-6 months. Weah made 44 houses for government money. Joseph Boakai 5 years. No one you carry grow. Infrastructure is saying this community. Don't compare Weah and Joseph Boakai. How money Weah? If anything, the fuel is money to Weah.
But you're talking about road. George Weah 1st year, he started building that road all around.
Where? Don't want me to tell you what I'm ready.
Go different Boston road. Go different Boston road. So what's the final one for Latino Destiny?
United, please. Liberians, United, please. My power, my policy, my minister, my MP, whoever, they have come with Jaguar. I want to see our party raising up.
That's a powerful message. So that's Queen Johnson of the Unity Party. They're speaking to the press after the press conference of Luther Tappet. So Queen Johnson have vowed to mobilize partisans of Unity Party to go from offices to offices to make sure that party
This is the youth league of MDR. MDR youth league are all here. Dit is op die leider. We are here calling for one franc for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one franc code. They said they want one franc code now. They're calling for one franc code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the Weirton. Why now they are calling for one franc code?
Yes.
We never see it. is the youth league of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, held up by Mahmoud Pere, calling for war crime code, taking the battle flag, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle flag. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are traveling VIP, we ask you to please clear the aisle. Where MD are you? Hello?
So you want to bring war crime code? Bring it.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR youth league, all yeah. Dit is op Visualizer. We are here calling for one crime for the youth league of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for war crime code. They said they want war crime code now. They're calling for war crime code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird-time. Why now they are calling for war crime code?
Yes.
Let us hope TV This is the youth league of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, held up by Mahmoud Pere, calling for war crime code, taking the battle flag, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle flag. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are traveling VIP, we ask you to please clear the aisle. Where MD are you? Hello?
So you want to bring war crime code? Bring your damn war crime code. Don't be speaking your stinking more every day in this thing. Thank you.
No, but the war crime code is not intended just for you.
But the other thing is mine. The other thing is for me. Bring it. I know it's not coming. There's not a way to bring war crime code. You go through processes, legal processes. You don't talk about things on the floor when you see me. When you see me. Every time they don't see me, he must talk. Then when you talk, I'm just joking. Say you're joking, you think I'm quiet because I'm a preacher. Jesus turned the table upside down. I will turn your table upside down one day.
So now why are you walking out?
I'm walking out because I'm provoked.
Those of you who relate to the Bible every day, what did God tell you about forgiveness? How many times should you pray for forgiveness from God before he should forgive you? That Prince Johnson will pray for 20 years that he cannot be forgiven by you, the ordinary people of Liberia. Senator Prince Johnson prayed for 20 years. He always wanted to buy time to pray and to serve his people. So every time a presidential candidate came and he would go and say, I will make you president, but I want you to buy me time. He did that with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And President Sirleaf at the time that there were 15,000 UN soldiers in this country, that she had the opportunity to execute war crime. And she said to him, when you make me president, I will buy you time. And he went from village to village to campaign for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to be president because he wanted time. President Johnson became president and she bought him time for 12 years. People went to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and they said, why aren't you bringing war crime code? He said, look at the country. Nobody is talking about war crime. People are worried about the next daily bread. They worry about their children going to school. They worry about hospitals. So Prince Johnson bought time for 12 years. And when Ellen Johnson left power, President Weah came and he his program, Pro-Po, and he went and said, if that is Pro-Po, then I think that's the man I can talk to. I need to buy some time. He went to President Weah and said, I'll make you president. I want to buy time to serve my people. And President Weah said, when you make me president, I will buy you time. He got out into Nima County in Liberia, he campaigned, and President Weah became president. And when the citizens asked President Weah said, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came here and spent 12 years and did not bring war crime code. I am not bringing war crime code. Senator Johnson enjoyed 6 years building schools and relating to his people. When President Weah's time ended, he heard about rescue mission. He said, Weah, I'm not going to support you. I'm going to go to rescue because I want to be rescued. He went to rescue and did more than what he did for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Weah. He produced a vice president and produced a president simultaneously. And he was promised time. But when the time came, the time that was promised him was never given. Senator Johnson was troubled. Senator Johnson was troubled. He called me 10 o'clock in the night. And he said, distinguished. And I said, my brother. Every time he calls me distinguished. And I will respond and say, my brother. What is the problem? He said, I'm troubled. I was promised time. I was not given time. And now we're talking about war crime code. And I said to him, when they touch you, they will touch me. Nobody will prosecute you. He said, are you sure? And I said, go and sleep. The following 2-3 days, he called me. Every week, Senator Johnson will call me 2-3 times. Around 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I was always say to him, you will not be prosecuted. And at one point, he went out when the children were interviewing him. And at this time, I believe the press was bombarding him with interviews and things were out of control. And he called me. And I said to him, touch one, touch all. And he went to the press the next day and he said on radio, touch one, touch all. Then I called him the following day. I said, you don't have to say that. It is understood. There are 106,000 ex-combatants in this country. Most of whom are in AFL, EPS, DAL, whatever, immigration, motorbike riders, taxi drivers, 106,000. You will not be prosecuted. Every hand in this country has a blood stain, and you will not be singled out. When will Senator Johnson be forgiven? There was a resolution that came from the House of Representatives where the representatives signed a resolution for war crime court, and that resolution was sent to the House of Senate. And we rushed that resolution And we signed it in the absence of Senator Johnson. He was not in chambers at that time. The following day, he came to work, and he met us going up and down with that resolution. 28 of us have already signed. Some of my colleagues from the southeastern region refused to sign. If Thomas Yaya Nimley doesn't sign, I will not sign. I went to them and I said, go and sign. I'm going to sign it. I am receiving your paper here that is telling me time. That man lying is my brother. Don't give me time. So we signed the document. Senator Johnson came to work that morning, and one of the senators told him that all the senators have already signed the resolution. And he said, he asked a question. He said, the Senator Nimley signed. And they said, yes. I was sitting right behind him. He never saw me because he was concerned. And they said, yes, Senator Nimley signed. He grabbed the paper, he checked the paper. I thought he was going to tear it. And he signed. When he went home at 10 o'clock, he called me. He said, distinguished, why did you sign the document? I did not have an answer for him. And I said, you signed. He said, yes. I said, leave it. Let it go. You will not be prosecuted. Today, we have come to another level. Senator Johnson passed away.
It's too early. Since your journey is becoming so cloudy. Since your journey is becoming so doubtful. Since your journey, there seems to be no dependable hope. What is happening is strange. And we hope it will be converted by our Father. It is not found. The largest trial is dormant. But you prioritize kissing and money. You zero the entire dormant. When Basa did not deliver, you want to bring conflict between all the Yomi to say Yomi let him all speak against her. No, Yomi is innocent. She has done nothing wrong. We are in close contact with each other. You gave Basa 4 positions, ministerial positions, and you say you gave them 2.
Why you worry about Prince Joseph? Who is going to a Sunday, walking slow like Toto? Why you worry about him? Rescue your nation. Look at the hospitals. Look at the schools. Bring the teachers back into the classroom. Look at the behavior. Look at the gasoline, the roads that are being built. People can't get from one village to another. Those are the things you promised in your first 100 days. War Crown Code should not be in your 100 days. Take it from your 100 days and put it into your 4th year. When you are leaving power and you bring War Crown Code, nobody will care. But when you have this government in the first 2 months you bring War Crown Code, all your program will be undermined. Now all of you having confusion. Oh, we're gonna tie them up, we'll get on to Ghana. Did you talk to Ghana? This was a country that spent thousands and millions of dollars. They sent their children here during the war and they die here. Did you talk to Nigeria? Nigeria sent their children here and they die here in this country, and they continue to insist that the war in Liberia will end. Did you talk to Guinea? Did you talk to Cote d'Ivoire? You never talk to all of these people. They are against you doing what you're doing because Liberia is still fragile. We are peaceful, but we are not stable. This is not a stabilized country. Things are going on daily and nightly. This president needs to listen and to watch and to analyze Walker, move it from your agenda now. Move it from your agenda. The Constitution does not allow a white man to be citizen in this country. No white man is supposed to be citizen in this country. And you know who passed the first law? It was our brothers who came from America as slaves. And they said to us, they settlers, the originals that they met here, and they said, the white people are bad people. The way they treated us. So we came back now, we are free. But no white man should be a citizen in this country. And the other tribe, the Gola people, the Vai people, the Mende, they said, true. No white man will be citizen. And so white man is not a citizen in this country.
Let's bring in the ambassador, Joseph Boakai, to the Spoon Talk.
Thank you very much, Stanton, and thanks to all of you, gentlemen, including the only female there that I see. I want to thank you people. You know, something is happening in this country. The fact that the Liberians have now galvanized themselves to rescue this country is very interesting. Mr. Weir, the last time we contested, his helicopter was 35 years old. And I brought in a helicopter that was 4 years old. Today, I see him with an upgraded helicopter, all from the people money. This country is bleeding, ladies and gentlemen, it's no joke. I've been around, and every day I come up with new ideas. Some of them are now concepts that started with WIA, but it's to show you that the country is declining. I started talking about corruption, talking about coach, but then later on, as I go around the country, I see our resources that are leaving this country with no sign of benefit to the people. And this is a serious problem. We're losing the human mind, we're losing our resources, and we're losing everything. What kind of country are we going to have? And the concern is that Joe Boakai said that this country will be finished. I was not talking about trees and houses. I'm talking about when you start robbing the country of its human resources, you start robbing the country of its natural resources, and there's no benefit to the country, then you say that country is not going down the ground. This is something that we have to fight. It's not about our party, it's not about our individuals, it's a concern that we should share. And I'm very happy to see Liberians in the diaspora who are coming back. I met with a group of them today. If there's no time in your life that you have faced a problem together as a nation, this is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. It's not going to be through war, but these people are determined to loot this country to the ground. You won't have a country to come to. I talked to senators and representatives. You might be a senator or representative, but there will be no country that you represent. And so this is very important. When we decided on Molu, it was to begin to tell you that we are in to make sure that the best of us, people who we can trust, are given responsibilities to do these kind of exercises. And for those of you who are there trying to promote it, I want to thank you. We are in. Can you imagine? You go to school for all the years, and the only thing you're depending on is to come and spy, to pass. Because this is what's happening. They can't win an election, so they want to steal it. So we have to spend all the time to all they have planned to do is what they should have done over the years to do the right thing for the people. So they say, well, since we didn't do the right thing, let's steal the votes. We're not going to give them a chance. We're going to raise money. Part of that money may not very well go because there are Liberians who are determined that money or no money, they'll protect the vote. But we're not going to take chances with these people. So I want to thank you all. Liberians, this is a serious moment to rescue this country. We didn't choose the word rescue by accident. It is real. You're dealing with people whose minds are criminal. All they want, me, and myself, they don't care about health of people. They don't care about schools. They don't care about sanitation. They don't care about water. People who were renting rooms the other day are now millionaires. Are we going to sit down to allow them to loot this country to the ground? We can't do it. This is the time for them to back up. Thank you very much for what you're doing. And we want to say this is the beginning of a patriotic spirit for Liberians. I am in it because I believe this is the thing to do to save this country. And I'm telling you, after these people, Liberia is going to be a new Liberia. We're going to move. Thank you very much for the evening.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Joseph Boakai. As always, I will talk to you, but we appreciate your presence. I know you are watching us. I know you're going to follow this program, but want to say thank you. Liberians have heard you. And again, you will be giving them your blessing at the end of this program next week. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have problem. We have the rule of law. We have every way in this place to be able to listen to you. But we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, who will deal with them, and will set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police, they destroy this. We're not going to allow this. So we just want to say, to console the members of the first family in this government, that we're in sympathy with them, but this destruction we have to stop. And we're not going to allow this to happen in this country. But people who have problems, we have the way to remedy all the issues in this country. So that's all I have to tell you. I'm happy that you are here. You will look at yourself. But we're not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we'll build this country for the interest of future generations. Thank you.
His Excellency President Joseph Boakai.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR youth league are all here. Let us hope peace lighter. We are here calling for one count for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird-time. Why now they're calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope
we never see it.
Here is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Bazama Mudu Pere, yeah, calling for war crime code. Taking the battle cry, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle cry. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are coming via my ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR youth? Hello?
What about now? Yeah.
And truth, and that's what we're talking about.
I just, we've been on this journey together for a long, long time. And I wanted to thank you for the phone call. And I just wanted to ask you again, why did you want me to come over here when you...
Well, you've been a good friend of Liberia, and I don't see it just as a duty. I see it as a concern for a country that you have interest in, and you pursue that, and we believe your concerns are genuine, and so we've opened the door for us to work together. That's why we call you.
Well, Mr. President, I can't tell you how many people worldwide, when they read your speech and you talked about having an office of the War Crimes and Economic Crime Court to facilitate the creation of this tribunal, international tribunal here in Liberia to bring the justice to the people. I heard it from the U.S. My phone blew up, as you can imagine. People said I could not believe, and they were so ecstatic and elated. And since I've been here, I've heard the same thing. So I wanted to thank you again and give you full assurances that we will do everything we can to help you bring justice for the victims of those 250,000 people that were killed during the 2 civil wars that happened.
Well, Alan, in every country, and especially a country that boasts of independence, 176 years. And you know very well that it is because of the impunity, the disrespect and disregard for justice that have created all the upheavals in this country. And we believe we have to lay this to rest. Let all the facts be known. Let people who think that they are innocent prove their case, so that we can lay this to rest, so that this country can move forward. It's not a wish hunt. It's a matter of testifying to what you know and what you've done, so that forgiveness can be done on the basis of knowledge and truth. And that's what we're talking about.
Well, you know, Mr. President, you have our full commitment to help realize that. And what we did in Sierra Leone, we were able to move the people on to the reconciliation phase. Because you're right, when people are walking around and they see impunity and they see people that have never been held to account and self-enrich themselves, it basically rubs it in the face regularly. So the fact that you are stepping up, taking this leadership role, I can tell you so far, the people of Liberia are ecstatic about it, and we're here to help you facilitate this properly, independently, and let the prosecutor follow the evidence where it goes. Not me, not you, wherever the evidence follows, and have it done under international standards, and it'll be done properly, and it'll be done transparently.
I think most of the people that have been involved know that if they were on the other side, they would like the truth to be told about it. So the truth is truth for each and every one that have been either offended. And so we should be happy that this will finally close the chapter of that history that has been haunting us over the years. And that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Well, I personally want to thank you for your courage to do this, because it was not easy. But you started it, and we'll help you bring justice to Liberia once and for all.
Thank you, Alan, for sticking with it. Thanks for all those who've been committed to it. We believe this is going to restore peace, and people are going to move. Even those who probably have been offended, and those who are responsible for whatever, they will know that justice was done, and their minds will be cleared. And thank you for your role.
Thank you. And thank you for your time.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Okay? Thanks, Mr. President. Thank you.
So you want to bring war crime code? Bring your damn war crime code. Don't be speaking your stinking more every day in this thing. Thank you.
No, but the war crime code is not intended just for you.
But the other thing is mine. The other thing is for me. Bring it. I know it's not coming. There's not a way to bring war crime code. You go through processes, legal processes. You don't talk about things on the floor when you see me. When you see me. Every time they don't see me, he must talk. Then when you talk, I'm just joking. Say you're joking, you think I'm quiet because I'm a preacher. Jesus turned the table upside down. I will turn your table upside down one day. He is around the wall.
So why are you walking out?
I'm walking out because I'm provoked.
Don't get deterred. Don't mind anything they may say. 2029 can be a very good opportunity. The way things going.
I ask God to bless me. God has brought here to you. It's trying we already. Nothing he did. They only stole more money. So numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The weekend and weekend. I want they thought they could do for the people.
Me that is so down there, but I mean the way things going, I can't support that me. That me can win election.
I'm not winning. I'm not winning.
I mean, but you can win. I can't support you. Yeah, clear.
No, I'm not winning. I'm not winning. Not winning. Well, our expectation was to be with MDR to be on.
Yeah, but I saw something that when I really surprised me was good to see. You know, remember MDR? I saw the thing on the newspaper or and things. I said, what? The man who went gathered that December. The papi said was scared to go. We had to go talk to the papi. You see, some of the things people don't understand you. Some of somebody God can give you the vision and think that you were very skeptical for you to go, oh, maybe Nancy, oh, they, I was there. They just gave it to the man. The man that did. The man say, if you want to do that thing, you could not come back to the executive committee member and say, oh, because I go on a people party, they say I'm going to do this. Just go to you up there, do it.
Right. It should come back to us.
Should come back. What days they are only doing it because I want the president, but we'll still unite our party, we'll still do our party. The men win that.
If you come back, we're not going to agree because Boakai did his assessment on the 2017 election. You remember that he wanted, there were not going to be no vote from the channel.
Yes.
And she was with Liberty Party and they were in court with Musa Betu then go. So to present, you know, and the running mate, Musa didn't have to agree and they were not going to agree because they were for commit.
Yeah.
So the only way out there was for Nema County to bring a VP to win.
And you know, coming try to say that he's going and will not come in support for that angle. They were coming to lose the election.
Yeah, I'm a senator of MDR. So that's cool. I'm a senator of MDR. So let MDR and UPSA, the document, we produce a VP, you produce a senator. We're going to agree because I wanted to be president and you wanted me man.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Being greedy for power, always zealous for power, you throw MDR away.
Yeah.
Then Kennedy on me to unseat me.
Yeah. That what they did. But by God's power, God did not agree to that plan.
God did not agree.
Yeah. But nobody can be to that number. Today kind of politics go first. Hey, now they're different. Who can go on and win election to that place? They will all him being vice president or they will get win election to that place with all your influence. So that one thing they get to know, when God blessing people, you can't sweat them. You sweat them, that God is sweating.
It's sweating, right.
Yo.
The elders there, after they gave so many gifts to the president to vote, they give me a key. I walk and say,
all right.
They say, oh.
Good.
As long as you live, okay. I'm with you.
All right.
Nobody will contest against you unless you die in the chair before we are released.
Okay.
But we cannot tell our back why you are living.
Yeah. Because they appreciate what you're doing. They appreciate what you do for this country. That their God will continue to give them the opportunity to live long. That means the Bible talks about appreciating people who always help you. That the private family they don't appreciate people who help them, who stand by them. Today you keep to politics, it's because of you. You the one brought most of the people in politics. But today when they move on there, you see how their life can be. Yeah. And continue to do what you're doing for the people of Nima. God has to pay for you. So don't be deterred of what the men are saying and things. They just brought out something that was scared to me afraid. Yeah, to me afraid to say I'm a contest. Yeah.
Oh, but the only thing where I saw it was just praying for long life. For God continue blessing and strength, please. If I'm strong to now the government to continue with, I saw that I was found if I could go first because you are my friend.
Yeah. But it will be a very clear thing for you. You will say, okay, but they may sound and walk back, why you did not do it?
Why you
sound it? So, nothing that I just came in, but that's me. I'll let you talk about that team, man. Now people just do that thing, they told like, remember, just can go tell you money and just can create on and say, oh, yeah, it's funny, yes. Then we are going to school, we're going to grow it. But America is very scared. America for in our own country, they think how to improve their own citizen life. That's only they're going to go spend money.
Right. So right now, I will assign a little letter to bread. It is not bread. It is really a period. I'll say, but I assign 1 minute.
Yeah.
That thing is when I get a very sweet thing, so we might get
but you do it, I've been down when you are beginning with Weaver, just send on me, get to him, let me play him, please.
Okay, right.
Okay. An early morning conversation there. He wasn't well, you could tell from his voice. He even stated that the place where he sneezed, He said, the company could tell that he wasn't well before his death. That was days after the dedication of that.
$6 years ago, when we elected someone who has only lied and hurt our people. This time, we can make things differently by voting for the rescue team, which is the Rescue One on number 1, and save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine. My fellow Liberians, together, let's make history on the 14th of November. Vote number 1.
Vote Boakai, vote number 1.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1.
This is the youth league of MDR. MDR youth league are all here. Let us hope peace lighter. We are here calling for one crown for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird. Why now they are calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope TV
we never see it.
This is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Bazama Mudu Pele, yeah, calling for war crown code. Taking the battle flag, calling for war crown code. Listen to them, listen to the battle flag. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are traveling via Miami, I ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR you? Hello?
Things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
Joseph Boakai got people who are phone carriers, and then he got people who are majority, they are all prostate people. All the guys around Joe Boakai, when they ride the plane, look at them sitting down with tap on them. Because every minute they go in the barroom. All of them, you see them when they come in, check the line when they come in. All of them come and check the prostate and ride. You also the picture of you know. When Joe Boakai come in, so prostate, got them on that line. So prostate man, they PP all through on that plane, go PP. And you want to see the devil try this? What try that you see the devil in the barroom coming back, go in the barroom coming back. Boakai can wear his airport. When he come out the airport, he can go cheap. And the kind of people that Joe Boakai bring in here, prostate carrier them and phone with them. And the kind of people Joe Boakai get there, so they can come in and tell, you're wasting your time. You guys are wasting your time. You guys are behind the wrong people. All right, these guys are bunch of yo-yo, bunch of prostate from where that the whole squad there. Oh, I know I don't want to use that word, but they are useless people. They got no plan at all. I don't have no respect for them because they are coming to destroy what they did not destroy or what they did not end or did not finish. These guys at the point I'm gonna say no. When I ever saw these guys in the media, nothing. Those guys are driving our country back, but they will not see the result right now. Nothing work. Joseph Boakai became president. Nothing you are seeing working. Nothing.
But latest, Senator Johnson brought his daughter to me, Krista. Some are calling nodding their head positively in acknowledgement of that. Senator Johnson came to my office. Thank you. Thank you. Senator Johnson brought his daughter to me, and several times he came and said, Senator, my son, please talk to President Boakai to give my daughter a job. I trust you and your relationship with the president. I said I will honor that request. 2 days before his passing, Senator Johnson called me and said, distinguished, please don't forget. I said the president, I will meet the president in Grand Bassa County for the funeral of the late lieutenant of Grand Bassa County, and I will remind him and push him. Thursday morning, we in Grand Bassa County for the funeral of the late lieutenant of Grand Bassa County when Krista called me early in the morning crying. Senator, Daddy gone, he left me with you. And that's when I knew that the rumor about, and she told me what happened to the woman. I'm being an emotional person, I broke down. I called the protest, informed her. When Senator Daba Babla came, Senator Boakai came, all of them came to Grand Bassa County. I said, by the time the president arrived in Grand Bassa County at the protest house for the funeral, right in her living room, I said to the president was also down. And I said to the president, I said, Mr. President, Senator Johnson left a witch, a large will, maybe with me, for us to intervene. And the president asked what was it. And I explained to him. I said, we have to honor his wish, Mr. President. And he said, they don't want to do that. I'm saying this, not to...
So you want to bring war crime code? Bring a damn war crime code. Don't be speaking your stinking more every day in the Senate. Thank you.
No, but the war crime code is not intended just for you.
But the operating is mine. The operating is for me. Bring it. I know it's not coming. There's not a way to bring war crime code. You go through processes, legal processes. You don't talk about things on the floor when you see me. When you see me. Every time they don't see me, he must talk. Then when you talk, I'm just joking. Say you're joking, you think I'm quiet because I'm a preacher. Jesus turned the table upside down. I will turn your table upside down one day.
This is incredible.
So why are you walking out?
I'm walking out because I'm provoked.
wait for our daddy in a moment. We wish you.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR. MDR youth league are all here. Let us hope please July there. We are here calling for one crown for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird time. Why now they are calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope TV
We never see it.
Here is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Basama Mudu Pele, yeah, calling for war crime code. Taking the battle flag, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle flag. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are traveling via me, we ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR youth? Hello?
Corridor on that bed, they control my people who want they control the people. I want to control the people, my people, my people. The book what me was here. Me was here. That can't do what today. I hear no advice. I hear no advice. No, I go any minister, I can go there to advise. Hey, you give me money, I will not refuse it. But I'm not going there for money, baby. I'm going there to advise. I said, they papa here. That papa, but I bring. The papa thinking on their country. You allow be on the papa. That be their country. Let the country be built. I'm going to the country can be built. They tell the country be a bit their mess. They condemn your mess. You are not on one thing in the horse. They're not their mess. Hey, my people, when you hear me, yeah, when you hear me, oh, you can't down. The people love they love her. They say, you say you're not baby. You are dying that a baby thing you are doing now. So you are poo-poo. They're telling you to be baby. They love me. When I be walking, they laugh at me. You say you are poo-poo in your trousers. Because you start sitting in the wall and not even make, yeah, mom, you start sitting. You are poo-poo in your bedding. They're telling me. I cry on my children. Let there be the unity in the house. Let there be nothing in the house.
So, ma'am, there are reasons why the lawmakers. So we are still here on Capitol Hill. This is process.
I wanted it to be changed. Clarktown fee, I wanted to be changed. So it's just a desire to see that we're in the future. I mean, we're in the present and what the future is going to bring. And we were at that time. Nothing changed. So when I came, we had to build a road. We used to pass through Clarktown to pass through Samanima to reach the Freeport. Now you don't need to go around. All you do, everywhere you pass, you read in Banave, When we were living there, we used to pass through the water at Samanima to reach all the places. But the moment you pass the community in Banave, so that was my plan, you know, and I asked my friends as well to fix these things, and I wanted to fix more. But again, life, you never know what happens. You know, now we're not in power again. We hope that the present government will follow suit to do the things that need to be done, because in our community you get a lot of young people. The young people are adult, they can't go nowhere to recreate. And we need most of these things. We go to America. Everybody that comes to Liberia from the United States, every Saturday we go to park. Why there's no park in Liberia? So the reason why there's no park in Liberia, people take plane from here and run to Ghana to go to park. They're not even better than our park. But now we build it here. We don't need to go to Ghana no more. We don't need to. If you go to Ghana, you're there, you can use it. But do not go to Ghana because you say no park, nowhere to go. So we have our own here. So if you can't go to Ghana, you can't get on plane. You can walk from Liverpool town to the place. If you get strength, you have to call it. But that thing is an honor for me. It's a young generation who get here, and they needed to get out. There's a lot of talent here. No one knew Liberia had talent until I went to Europe. I dominated Europe, and then they start scouting Liberian players. So, Liberian basketball player, if Nigerian can play in the NBA, then Liberia also can play because we are the same stepchild of America. How can the talent with the Morale Walker, all the guys that will play in the country, nobody went to NBA. But children that are even closer to America from Nigeria went to NBA. How? So it's the time now. Maybe the generation will do it. So we need to give them the facility so they can train, they can be inspired to go to America to play. We want to hear John Brown, just how we hear Josh Weir in soccer. We want to hear Wese G. We want to hear We Are There. We want to hear Wuda D. We want to hear Masino D. We want to hear Tyler D. All of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is it. But Carrasco, if I continue to explain, I will be emotional. Why we never had, that why we're giving our children, and we are very proud. It's an honor. It's
Thank
an
you.
honor.
Thank you. That is.
I hope that the coach, they will take care of this, and that won't frustrate us. When you build this ground, and when you see people spoiling there, you get frustrated. Pinsville, you saw Pinsville right to the town hall. Every day children playing on rag, children count, please give me money, let me go hospital, I caught on Pinsville fee. We decide to face it, we fix it, decide to root them out. Now that will frustrate it. The community should not be doing that. You know, if you don't like the person that put it there, you don't have to support it. You can use it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that you put the grant, but use this. It's very important for you. And coach, we want to see the best basketball player in the league coming from here. You know what I'm saying? The Ballon d'Or came from Gibraltar. Remember, the Ballon d'Or came from Gibraltar. Ballon d'Or the world came from Gibraltar. So if a Ballon d'Or come from Gibraltar, trust me, the best basketball player can come from PhD.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR. MDR youth league are all here. Let us hope equalizer. They are here calling for one crown for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird time. Why now they are calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope TV
We never see it.
This is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Basama Mudu Pele, yeah, calling for war crime code. Taking the battle flag, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle flag. Listen to them.
Hello? Those of you that are covering VIP, we ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR you? Hello?
This is Joe Boakai. For the past 54 days, this man has accomplished nothing positive but negative. Electricity blackout recently, internet interruption, DA official harassing and intimidating Liberians, company closing down, leaving 400 people jobless. That's the Joe Boakai over there. You guys are screwed, man.
No good for nothing guy at the national legislature over there. They don't even know what they over there for. Look, I don't know what they over there for. I gotta be frank with you guys. There's nothing that will tell me that I trust the national legislature. Whether that's senator, these guys ain't work for them. They are not productive people. They not give you any sense to be proud of them. Don't you get it? These guys are not making any kind of responsible law. They are not discussing things responsible that will make you to feel better about yourself and say, you know what, let's do this. People who they put to power when people start to misbehave, all right? They don't call people to actually challenge them because these guys are limited. They got family members they put in this, and different staff position that they are there just to suffer money for themselves. These guys are one of the people that are very useless in the three branches of government. I'll lie to you guys. And these guys are one of the most wasteful people in our country. If it's up to me, if I could persuade the Liberian people, you're the only one senator and one representative across those 15 counties. Because you guys are wasting money in our country. You guys are wasting money in our country. These guys collect good money every year for 6 or 9 years. And nothing productive they are doing for the Liberian people over there. Nothing. Nothing. Don't you get it? Look at yourself. What were your conditions when Ellen became president? You had all the lawmakers you voted for. After their term over, what can you say that you are achieved in your life? But they will tell you, you see my house over there, I got money here. If people who representing you, that's how to make your life better. If they can be breaking about their accomplishment over 6 years or 9 years, and you just still trying to figure out, because you don't have this, you don't have that, you're trying to figure out, you are a loser. Joe Boakai made a lot of promises during his campaign, and that pastor was not there. He came out and said he will create more jobs. He came out and said he will fight Kush. He said they should give him the power to deliver. But the year is coming to an end, and Joe Boakai is unable to deliver nothing for the Liberian people. So what did he do? He brought in a pastor to come and bamboozle the mind of the Liberian people by bringing in a prosperity gospel pastor who will give the people hope that there will be financial wealth, there will be financial prosperity. But he's wrong. Joe Boakai has failed. He failed to deliver. And the only option he has is to bring a pastor to come and pray for the people. To come and pray for the people. So Boakai has not been able to deliver nothing for the entire year. What do you think the pastor will do? Because he knows the Liberian people are weak when it comes to Christianity. And Christianity, they will use it against them. So that's what he did. He brought the pastor in to show to the Liberian people that, oh, I'm bringing the guy in, he will come and pray for us. But Joe Boakai is deceiving the people because he has failed. He has failed. There are pastors in Liberia. So why Joe Boakai cannot bring a Liberian pastor to pray? Because many of the Liberian pastors are not into gospel prosperity preaching. The Nigerians are known for gospel prosperity preaching. That is why he decided to bring that guy in. The man is a failure. Joe Boakai is a failure. There is nothing that Joe Boakai has promised. There is nothing that Joe Boakai has said that he has delivered upon. Even his national development agenda that's supposed to drive the arrest. He is yet to even complete the draft copy of that. Am I lying here again? A new finance minister came out and said, we will draft the national development agenda. But now, it should have been up for people to start looking at.
This old man sat down for 6 years for Jesus Christ's sake. And he was not able to read one page of his national development agenda. Nothing. Nothing. He is a very incompetent old man that Una got elected because people see his age. But his age means nothing. His age only telling you that he only existing among us as one of the oldest person. But there's nothing in his brain. Absolutely nothing. The old man is president today and our country IQ has gone below standard. Everything that Joe Boakai touches, it dies. LPMC is not existing today. The Liberal Agriculture Cooperative Development Bank is not existing today. The YNCA he served on is not existing today. LPRC nearly died, but Amos Sawyer had to fire him. That's the kind of man you're dealing with there today. In the midst of this year, he's unable to deliver the promises he made. He had to come back and even begging the military. The we are men that he used to overlook. We are not dead. We are not that. We are meeting the payment structure. They came in and started to just get rid of people here and there. He had traveled to all the other workshops. There are other countries that are striking deal. Cote d'Ivoire is building a super high train railroad system. All these people that want to need different workshops in America here. You've seen the result now in the different African countries. They are signing documentations. But Liberia is yet to receive one thank you letter for showing up. Because they know the Papa they call Joe Boakai, he work for them. He work for them. The people made a super mistake. Never see an old man and think that he knows it all. He knows nothing. Very incompetent old man.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR. MDR youth league are all here. Dit is hockey leider. We are here calling for one crown for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird time. Why now they are calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope
we never see it.
This is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Bazama Mudu Pele, yeah, calling for war crown code. Taking the battle cry, calling for war crown code. Listen to them, listen to the battle cry. Listen to them.
Hello? Please. Those of you that are following VIP, we ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR Hello?
What do you think about reconciliation in Liberia and persecution of people who may have committed atrocities?
I think reconciliation is okay. Prosecution is foolishness. You know what? Why did they choose TRC? Why did they choose TRC? After that, I saw Africa. I was not in Ghana. They went to Ghana and the international community put before Liberia, War Crown Code, and TRC. And they choose TRC. So why do you want TRC to metamorphose into War Crown Code? You have to first pass a law, remove the TRC, and bring in War Crown Code, and go back again collecting intelligence information about people. Because you cannot just accuse people. You have to have facts.
Let me also ask you a tricky question. I read that there's an FBI investigation going on about like presumed murder.
Don't worry about that.
Do you think it's politically motivated?
It's political. I know the whole detail. I know everything. Don't worry about that.
But how is it politically motivated? Like, do you think that really the United States try to interfere in the elections?
I would not answer that because it's rubbish. I know who is the architect. The very architect of this propaganda invited me to Ghana. Dr. Allen White.
The former...
Dr. Allen White, who was recruited or contracted for Sierra Leone issue. They invited me and I met two white guys who are the lobbyists for Bernard Uri. They asked me to be Bernard Uri's running mate. Then they will move my name from the War Crown Court. Then they will move Bernard Uri's name for the economic crown, for the maritime money and so forth. So I told that, well, look here, are you telling me the truth here? Because if you know I committed heinous crime against humanity, why would you want to remove my name because you want to be vice president? Bullshit. Huh? If I came to remove Doe to liberate this great country from a dictatorial regime, from a tyrannical regime, and I left my function to go on a killing spree, then let me face the War Crown Court. If it is real, I go there. I'm not above the law. But you can't threaten me and put me under subjection that I must be running me to Bernard Uri.
So you think there might be some interest even of foreign powers into this election?
I don't think so.
No?
I think Donald Trump, President Trump, the United States government has said they want to see a neutral election. Had there been a president, perhaps like Hillary, who is a good friend of Madame Salif, who 2011 temporary election. So I think it's okay now.
A lot of people who have seen this video that is currently circulating on YouTube about how you removed President Samuel Doe out of power
I'll tell you this. I cannot answer that. Samuel Doe, Bushok, Turbo. Do we have that video too? We have. He went to the Greystone compound where the American embassy is, killed the people. He entered the church and desecrated God's house. When you desecrate God's house, God's spirit moves from you. You are gone.
So you pay your debt? You pay debt on behalf of the people?
For every action, there's a reaction.
So if there are tyrants in power, you say there has to also be some violence to remove them.
You know, the norms that are found in the tyrannic regime are not found in democratic dispensation.
I was at your church and I was quite fascinated by it, and the education center above the church, I thought it was really amazing, and I was just like thinking, is that your way of saying sorry to the nation?
Look here, I don't know in what respect you are saying. After Civil War, you built a country. That's my way of contributing, not a way of saying sorry.
Would you say that even if such a situation comes up again in the future, where there's really a tyrant that deserves to be killed, would you do the same thing again, or would you do something different now as a reformed Christian?
If a government in Liberia again that choose to massacre Liberians, they will meet similar response. Even if I'm dead or gone, they will meet similar response. If I'm alive and the government choose to eliminate my people and target my people, we will remove you.
But is this also what
we will remove you if you are a dictator. If there was ever a dictator to replace Doe, to target the people of Nimba, to eliminate them, or any Liberian, to eliminate any particular people, we will gang up and remove you. Morning. Reports from news media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to benefit from their resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore appoint leadership over them. This is wrong. We are in a modern area and we want to modernize our politics. No, I don't want to jump the gun. You know, that's my trump card. I hold my trump card.
My name is Kelvin DJ Matadi. I'm the Vice Chair for Press and Public Affairs for the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, for and on behalf of our Governing Council Chair and the party. We want to say you are welcome, member of the press. We call you here purposely for the Governing Council Chair, Senator Prince Johnson, to discuss some national issues. Cardinal, a very important on the agenda is an attempt by the president to infringe on the rights of Nimbadians. But detail will be given by our Governing Council Chair in the press conference. Thank you very much. Honorable Johnson, you are welcome to the Liberian press. Yes,
Senator.
If you feel responsible, if you come back to us this time.
Okay, it's my pleasure to invite all of you here this afternoon to address certain cardinal issues I believe will not cater well for the CDC, their government. The first thing is, why did the MDR and NIMBA give support to President Weir? We give support to him because we believe that being the world best, European best, African best, and being UNICEF Peace Ambassador and Peace Ambassador in Liberia, appointed by President Ellen Johnson at the time, that he will attract international investors and will uphold the rule of law in a democratic dispensation like ours. Unfortunately, after 6 years, this year make it 6, no direct investment in the Liberian Senate. All we do is ratify loan and loan and loan, and all of the loans that Liberia had for other countries before the war that were cancelled through the UP's instrumentality, the Unity Party government instrumentality that were cancelled. We're going back to almost 1.2 billion. You can't build a country based on loan. Hope for change or change for hope is a fiasco if there is no direct foreign investment that will provide jobs. You got 500 and some million people now, but on the payroll you got only 70,000. So it means the bulk of our people are unemployed. It means the unemployment rate is the highest. And that can also contribute to crime rate. Now, we looking at this would-be peaceful man who is ruling this country, not leading, because he's not following the rule of law. For example, there is a law we pass, the Code of Conduct, that anyone who wants to contest the elected post must resign 1 year before. When that law was passed and is still in existence, there is no way for the president to pass an executive order to cause people to resign now. It's in violation of that law. Complete violation. Apart from that, I'm giving you reasons why we cannot support the CDC and what is happening now. Apart from that, President Weir wrote the Senate asking us to grant permission to attend note. We granted that permission in 2020, around about, and they printed $64 billion. The first consignment came, nobody saw it. Among the first consignment of 500 notes, we only saw that 500 note with Thomas Fala as he was dividing the money. And at that time, something wonderful happened. The vice president of this republic, President Weir's vice president, told the Liberian people, I'm sure you were there, it's recorded, but I have it recorded, telling the Liberian people, these people, the money they stole, that's why they're giving back to you to buy votes. If the money, don't vote for Thomas Fala. You are in the government as a vice president, right? And you are seeing the government stole money, and now they're bringing back to the people to buy votes. So what is she doing in the roguish government? I don't understand. Then that money, when printed up to today, the last consignment of Kenya got $1,000 in money. They have not asked the public to go and change the money from the old notes to the new notes all over the country. They have not done that. They are sitting on the money, spending the money anyhow to buy a crowd and to buy votes, to pay for people. That is why they are using among some of our officials in Nema to go against us, which is impossible. Nimba is suddenly on the ground and they determined not to vote for Weir. Now, apart from that, mysterious deaths. This thing happening cannot encourage us to support him. When we signed the agreement 2017 October, it ended 2022 October. We finished with them. They asked us to sign a new agreement. We said no. With all of these things which I'm now telling the Liberian people through you, they are not encouraging to join you. They are not encouraging. And more so when I was threatened, you remember on VOA, I was threatened, I reported to him. His response was to go in the church and insult me. I'm a killer, I'm a crook, I'm a duper, all kind of talk he talked. I wonder when did he know that? When he was coming to this house every day, begging me, falling down to my knee, talking to Nigeria, had a prayer, came back, became president. Is that my pay? Well, I leave that over. But we are not encouraged to join such person. Apart from all of what I've already explained, Liberia has become a drug transit point. A drug transit point. From Colombia, Jamaica, all that, you know, from Jamaica. And this is what they do there, they smoke, they manufacture these things. $140 million drugs, container, cocaine, hard substance, can never enter this country, believe you me, before the government and its agents knowing about it. They are the importers. To destroy our children here. 140 million. If the Americans did not discover it, to book it and report today, we will not discover it. The question is, how many of those kind of drugs came here that were not seen before the last one was caught? Then, the State Department, you know, when the State Department speaks and indicts a government, that means that the American government indicting that government. The State Department came out and talked about extrajudicial killing, but this government is agent. You all know about it, you're ready. In a peacetime, a nation held by somebody who's supposed to be peaceful as peace ambassador. Auditors, 6. 1 month, clear them all. 3 children disappeared. Killing of the EPS in Nimba. And telling the world that he fired himself 3 times. Do you believe that? Do you believe I'm just trying to explain why we are not supporting, and because we're not supporting, this is what is happening now, is what is happening. I'm trying to lay the premise. That's why you hear me talking about all these things. So the president is trying to get to the main point, but you got to lay the premise. Okay. That's the premise I'm telling you. Now all of these things happening cannot encourage us to support CDC. And because we're not in support, they have tried to contact me many times. I refuse. So what they're doing now, they contacted the regional mayor, who they made county chairman, and the president himself has said to those officials, you don't support me, you don't give me resolution, I will dismiss you. So they got to me. Yesterday at the ministerial complex, from 3 o'clock to 10:30 last night, they were in our meeting. What to do? How do we go about this? The president has threatened to dismiss us. So they told me, and I'll call you to let them know. All Mimbanians must stay the ground. That means we are dismissed. I was told you will dismiss the county chair, inspector, the city mayor, the Southwest superintendent, and you dismiss them. We will stand our ground. And you will get a greater political disappointment in this country. Nimba will never support it. Never in history. I can promise you that. All these people going to City Hall, Nimba for where? They just want money. I'm 70, so you are my children. I can tell you, when you in an impoverished country like this, you printed 64 billion. 64 billion. Only they don't get it. They attend plenty all over the place. They don't get a clean note. No more US in town, they got it. Then when you call and give people cash to go, who will not think where they will see it. Nimba country has one, they got tradition. They will not take knife, open the stomach, move all the intestine, and put plantain leaf. Never. So you can call Honorable Wale Duna, you can call whoever, Bangura, you can call Mervyn Yelu, you can call whoever. Pay them money. Regional man has no ground in Nimba. He has no ground. But the money is floating, so who will not go? I will tell Nimba to you. Nimba not be going to tell they got conscience. The two top senators of the country, including the father of the country, they want to hear from me. So I call upon all of them to join behind Rescue One, JMB, Joseph Boakai, and whoever he will pick. If he picked Kwame, we will support. If he picked Kung, hallelujah, let everybody come out. This 28th day of the month, let everybody come out and fill the streets when the program will be held. That's what I'm calling for. We are not for President Bia. He's not a man of peace. He tells people we don't have political prisoners. That's true. But you may have political killers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We will take 3 or 4 questions. Any question?
Yeah. Yes, Senator, my name is Aaron Kuban. I report for Spoon TV. On your point about whoever the former vice president picks as his running mate, is going to support. There are some believe that your support to Joseph Boakai is about him choosing someone who you've made politically, Jeremiah Kun, as a running mate. How can you clarify this statement that people believe that that's the only reason you are supporting JB?
Yomi is on the list, Beslo is on the list, anybody can go on the list. Whoever he chooses, I support. Whoever he chooses, what we don't want is this government. That's all.
So, I mean, so Joseph, I'm Jahim Tumo from Front Page Africa. You talked about the former president and going to support him solely. on the 28th, he'll be announcing his running mate. Then one thing that clicked to my mind, you talked about not supporting George Weah. And at one point in time before, you said at the church that you're not going to do it or continue to talk about George Weah anymore. And you allowed the sleeping door lie. And you said you have been spoken to by the Council of Churches. Now you are raising the concern of George Weah.
So that means tall and where is he?
You said that he's trying to infiltrate the people of Nimba.
You can't even make it.
So he used money. You once upon a time, the poor accused George Weah accused him of taking money to surround Nimba. You don't think the other way around that they support
George Weah accused me one time, what?
Yeah, once that you try to blackmail him, and that seemed.
My son, I heard this nonsensical allegation. I said nonsensical because it doesn't make sense. How do I blackmail my president? He's our president. When I cannot even blackmail anybody. You went to Nimba. We went for the country tour. Where I slept in the apartment in a particular house, I could see on the road. I saw somebody from the EPSR, I won't call the person, they know, fire the man with gun, drop him on the floor. There was a lady that fired a gun. Then the other boy fired 2 more rounds. I called President that morning. I called Samuel Twe. They could not answer the phone. I called Maggie from Monrovia. I said, Maggie, 2 persons were fighting another guy. Either trying to take some telephone or something. Something they were trying to grab from him. And he was strong. So the lady fired the guy on the brain. Straight, dropped the man. Right behind my window. It was Maggie who now transferred that call to the president. Then the president called me. You understand me? He called me. Only to tell me a story that was different from what I saw. So I said, well, not true. When I came to Monrovia, I said, it's not true. Take a pistol. So to say the man fired himself 3 times, that's you know, when you're guilty or something, you're confused. You don't know what to say. You go to my country to tell the people thank you for letting you share blood there. And you say the man fired himself. Is that blackmailing? When you come and stand in the church, and President Weah did, you know it. You stood in the Franciscan Family Worship Center. I don't know whether he's preaching there because he's a Muslim. I was on the pulpit. Now you say, the people that were on Broad Street, they were having man woman business. You jeopardize the investigation if they want to be in it. Gifty Nama married to a Nima guy. Gifty Nama was godly, devout Christian. Our daughter-in-law, I knew her well. We knew her well. She was not hope with you. If they wanted to, she left her husband home. The both were married, left his wife home. They called them to carry the laptops and other things, documents. So they went and did to them what they did. I went that day on Broad Street to see in the car. I saw saying, Broad Street gets saying. So when the president stood on the pulpit and said that they were having woman and men business, I told stood I'm ordained. I said, that's a lie. That's not true. You got hotel, motel, hotel, all the get you want to cheat on her faithful husband to go with her workmate. If the workmate want to cheat on his wife too, now the car will go inside, carbon monoxide will kill in the open air. So I said, that's true. Is that what the president called blackmailing? When I said there was a turnover note, $150 million was turnover. It's in the note. Why can't he dispute it by showing the turnover note?
So
is that blackmailing?
Senator Johnson, my name is Marka Davis, again from Truth FM. This report of threats against Nimbayans who are working in the government, we need further clarity on it or more emphasis. You care to name some of the officials that have been threatened?
Well, let me give you one example. The county inspector has been threatened by Mulba Muru and asked to come to town immediately. all other ministers, only one minister, deputy and team. For that reason, they had to meet on yesterday from 3 o'clock afternoon to 10:30 at night. So you see the grave attachment, the concern they attached to the issue. So they told me, and you know the president has said that before, that those of us who decided to go with me, we should take away our people. So they do that. And the county chair, the inspector before, regional man, he had been going to the county, calling the chief, you come, the president is coming, you don't come, he will sack you. He had been announcing that openly. We need to come and find out that Jefferson Koji, another president. Can you imagine? Jefferson Koji, they used threats to gather the people in Secretary. They used threats to gather the people in Sanikoli. And the president coming. When they found out that the president never came. But you don't use threat. Because they will never vote for you. You know, a neighbor don't support you, you can't win. And our people all around the republic, they will vote where we vote. So they are desperate.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to come over.
So that's it.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking on Sport to do tonight.
All right. Yeah, so let me just ask this final question. Senator, you sound a bit worried that if those officials from your county pledge support to President George Weah, you might likely, losing the election for the president you support. You sound like you are worried that if those people support President Weah, you might likely lose the election. The officials from the county.
But why the officials are doing my election?
I'm talking about this person. I'm talking about the individual you're going to support. JMB. You already talked about supporting JMB.
JMB going to win. There will be a second round. There will be a second round, and all the opposition we are in the one same boat. Those opposition we have rescue 1, rescue 2. Mr. Kwame is the decent man. If he is in the second round, we are in the third, we will get support. If we are in the second round, he's in the third. The Liberty Party, P what?
PUP?
No. This
CPP.
Sorry, CPP. All of them will join us. Joga will lose. You cannot get member.
Last question.
Yes, so Senator Johnson, one last question. If these people refuse to adhere to your public announcement that you make, the call you're doing, what do you think will be your
I'm saying they should stand their ground so that John can dismiss him.
So what if they refuse? Yeah.
All they can say, how many of them so far? How many of them? Just few handful.
But they have constituents.
What constituents? Who are they talking about?
Those people that you are calling on to stay their ground.
I know those people, they are vulnerable. They got to protect their job and survive. So they have a right within the Constitution to be given job to work. So they will hold on to their ground, hold on to their party. That means that we are sacked then. Let's see, you will not. You know when you sack those people, you know the anger you find in money. The greatest anger ever in history. To sack Nima people on the job, that the taxes pay you, that you're a private farm. That's some of the private farm. When Ellen was in power, she employed Eugene Langley. She employed Louis Brown. People from opposition. Because these are Liberians. But you want to look and see what happened. When Samuel Eto'o said, when we are a benevolent dictator, remember the press. Dictator is a dictator. You cannot dress it like cake. See, now what you want to exhibit, we see already. A dictator will forget the law and do what you want to do. Then you have a law that says resign 1 year, and you issue the decree. Executive order that decree means in another form. Even if you were Andre and you wanted to do something, you can't pass the executive order. You have to send for us. What else used to do?
And so, members of Christ, we want to say thank you for coming. You are always welcome. This is the home of the Governing Council Chair and our lead vision bearer of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. You're always welcome, Lima, and this is your home. You're always welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, well, folks, this is how we end this live here from the home of Senator Prince Johnson. Please be informed that he will be on the Spoon Talk this evening. Later on, you can join us live. My name is Aaron. Bye-bye.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
This is the youth league of MDR youth league are all here. Let us hope equalizer. We are here calling for one crown for the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. National Youth League here calling for one crown code. They said they want one crown code now. They're calling for one crown code. They said they have never seen it doing the editor, they never see it doing the weird-time. Why now they are calling for one crown code?
Yes.
Let us hope TV
We never see it.
This is the youth league of the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Hela Baza Mahmoud Pele, yeah, calling for war crime code. Taking the battle cry, calling for war crime code. Listen to them, listen to the battle cry. Listen to them.
Hello? Please. Those of you that are covering VIP, we ask you to please clear the air. Where MDR are you? Hello?